What's going on? Welcome to the DZ Report. Don't you know I love haters? Love all of them. If I had longer arms, I'd hug all y'all. Look, sorry I am late. I watched a show called Iyanu or Iyanu. I think it's Iyanu. Man, I'm messing up. But the show is our avatar. This is for black children, not only black children. This is for, it's made for everybody, but it's particularly for black children to watch this show. It came on, I believe, Adult Swim or Cartoon Network. I don't know if it came on Adult Swim. I think it just came on Cartoon Network. But this is a show that if you have a daughter or you have a son and you are black, you need to watch this show. They need to watch this show because it gives you fantasy. It gives you inspiration. It makes you a kid again if you're an adult. I will watch this show. I remember watching Avatar and watching how Aang flew the bison and how he was able to bend things. And, he was having trouble with the other stuff, but he bended air and all of this. Iyanu is what Legend of Korra should have been. That's what it should have been. It should have been just like Legend of Korra. I believe in my heart of hearts. That's how it should have been. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in, and if you're on your phone, hype the video up. Share it to all your platforms. If you want to donate on this platform, you would have to Cash App. But if you don't want to Cash App, you can go to my other platform. Welcome to HDiiTV, and you can super chat or super thanks over there. So again, this has been a show that takes you on a journey about how evil has taken over the whole world. And Iyanu, being the chosen, has to try to vanquish these evils. So we go through a story of her being called the Woods Girl or the Wood Girl, getting nicknamed. It's like you were in high school and you and this person didn't get along because y'all weren't the same, and they would hate on you because you were better than them, or they hated on you because you didn't dress as good as them, or things like that. So, it's like that. Her mentor, her teacher, basically taught her the fighting styles, how to defend herself. So she's a master of art in that form. I don't know the form they're in. I'll have to get back to y'all because I'm doing this off muscle memory. So I ain't watching in a while, so I forgot the character's name. I just know Iyanu. You of course had the one boy there who was trying to defend her, but then he wanted to of course fit in. His dad's a warrior. He's more of a nerd. He liked to read books and study the lands and all of that. He really likes to read up on history, read up on what's going on, instead of just being out on the field fighting. And his father, when taking him on a hunt, was looking for Iyanu because of the priest, I believe it is the priest was being possessed by the evil powers, by the main evil power of the story, basically telling the nephew what to do. The nephew, of course, casted one of the children out, which was supposed to be the heir to the throne. I forgot his name. He found Iyanu when Iyanu was running away to get away from being captured, and ran away from the big leopard, who we find out later is Echo, who was with her since she was born, was actually gifted to her from the gods, that we would call them, the gods, or the high fathers or high mothers, whatever word you want to say. The pacing was great. The story was very unique, original. You had your antics where they were teasing one another. It was a great story. I love the way that they broke everything down. they didn't make it too complicated. They followed and did what they had to do. Of course, she was the chosen. She was able to tap into powers that we found out is her mother's. Her father had powers as well. They were like the two humans like that were blessed with powers by the High Fathers, and we end up watching and seeing what happened, why everything went bad, and it mainly was because of the High Father and High Mother's son. He just didn't like humans, felt like humans were a waste of time. They were devolving instead of evolving. And I mean, it happens. I mean, you're so powerful, sometimes you don't see through the lens. And he went to go try to destroy the evil entity because the evil entity was basically having an impact on the land, on humans going at war with each other, which is the facts. It's always a balance. You can't have too much good and not have evil around. Same thing is that you have to have a balance between, I call it lightness and darkness. To me, I just think all this evil and this good or this is bad was conjured up by people over decades of time. To me, there's forces that are different, and this force, of course, made the humans toxic, wanting to fight. They were upset, while the High Father and them wanted peace. They would make peace. They would do things like this, and the son was getting tired of it, so the son went there. Unbeknownst to him, the father seen the future. The father saw that he would pass away if he went. That's why the mother went, and the mother told him, don't be too hard on humans. He didn't listen, of course. The High Father took all his people away, let the humans fend for themselves. He took both sides away. So now that the ones that were High Fathers, that were gods, he took them away, so they dispersed the evil once they left. The Iyanu's mother and daughter mother and father had to figure out how to seal the evil entity up, the son who was possessed by the evil entity, because he wanted to purge all humans. So I give this series a 4 out of 4 stars. This was very good, very fresh. Like, we need more shows like this. Not because it's black and it's black driven, but yeah, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, we need more black cartoons like this. Kids need to see something to be inspired by. The problem with a lot of the black children these days is they don't have a lot of stuff that inspires them, like anime and manga. Asian people are very, very racist towards blacks. Everyone is, but it's not our own representation. This is why I argue with people like, I don't care for the Black Panther or Bishop or Storm, because those were created by white people. I love for us to create our own things. And we do have stuff out there. I'm guilty of not knowing, but I follow different content creators who tell us that there's things out there for more of our representation. But I love a show like this. It's getting a season 2, which I'm glad. So make sure y'all support it. It's on HBO Max and it's on Cartoon Network. I think it's on Adult Swim. It's called Iyanu. And this go for all the brothers and all the sisters. Put that anime down and all that comics. Like, this is a comic book too. I think it's a comic book or a novel. I forgot, but it's out there. Make sure y'all go look it up. I'm gonna have the title Iyanu in the title, the thumbnail too. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check it out. Make sure y'all check it out. That's what I want. That's what I hope for. Check it out. Let me know how you guys and gals love it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's fresh, and if you have children, especially black children, boy or girl, watch this show. Because the boys and the men on this show represented us to the fullest, brothers. And the women on the show represented the sisters to the fullest. So make sure y'all check this out for real.